Good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing out there? Man, we back. We back. We back. We back. Let me know, man, how y'all feeling? Let me know in the comments, how are y'all feeling this morning? How are y'all feeling? How y'all doing? I want to hear I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. How y'all doing? How's everybody morning going? How was, what I'm saying? Everybody wake up on the right side of the bed. You know what I mean? Ready to get it going, get on these charts, get everything moving. Talk to me, talk to me. How y'all feeling out there? That's what's up. That's what's up. Trying to catch y'all in my comments. Let's see here. Okay, okay, okay. Hmm. All right. Well, let's get on into it, man. I hope everybody's doing good. For some odd apparent reason, um, my comments are not showing. It's all good. Well, let's go ahead on and get into it, man. Um, definitely. Yesterday was yesterday was a was a real good day yesterday, man. For everyone that tuned in, you know what I'm saying. We had a pretty great day yesterday, man. Looking forward to another good day today. Let's go ahead and let's jump into some news and just see what we got going on with some news. Boom. All right, man. Let's jump into it. Let's check some news out, man. Let's see what we got going. All right. So today in news, we have nothing but a bunch of yellow folder today. Yeah, 6:30 market open. We have FOMC member Barkin speaks. She actually holds no weight. What we got? Crude oil doesn't apply to us. Or we got FOMC member Schmidt and FOMC member Musalim. None of them hold no weight. So good thing no red folder news today. So it's a gift and a curse with that. The thing with that is when we have red folder news, we get some inflection into the market. We get some volume going. You know what I'm saying? Get some price action moving. Not that if there is no news, it's a bad thing, but hey, we'll take it as it comes. Um, man, I wish I had my comment section going. I would love to. All right, whatever. We ain't gonna worry about it. We're gonna keep it pushing. So uh let's go ahead on and where we at? We are about almost 5 minutes from the open. And let's check the charts out. Let's see here. So, ooh, we got some. Okay, okay. Let's see here. Overnight session was extremely bullish, literally extremely bullish. Shot up, came back down. Then looks like around in London session, it started to peak back up again. And we are here. Yes. Hmm. I know y'all see a lot of you see these blue lines, pink lines, spots here. These are basically blue line is my unmitigated level, pink lines are my daily levels, um, and this big gold box here that is my reversal zone. We'll definitely get into that. Excuse me, as we're going along. Um, but yeah, oh there we go, there we go. I guess it takes. I'm assuming I'm assuming there's a slight delay um, in my comments. Um, so maybe a little delay in the feed. So everything just popped in. So good morning, man. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Taylor. Good to see you. Good morning, Serena. Um, good morning, sis. I see you. Be more. I see you. That's what's up. We got about 9, 8, 9 minutes and going and counting before the open. You don't hear me well? Okay, okay. Um, let's see here. Thanks for letting me know. How about now? Hopefully y'all hear me a little bit better. Is that better? Let me know. Oh, volume is fine. Okay, cool. Thanks, sis. Appreciate you keeping it up. Possibly you may have to turn up the volume on your device, possibly. But thanks for letting me know. But yeah. So today we're going, yesterday we introduced ourselves, got some things going. Right on, Be More. Thank you, brother. And we're gonna, start getting into the meat of this thing. Yeah. So for most of y'all the ones that don't know, I only trade NQ. And it's a reason why. I learned one ticker, and I only focused on that one ticker. So with that said, I just thought that, like we talked about yesterday, like these tickers are like, you have to look at them like your girl, your man. You know what I'm saying? In the regard of, you got to learn them, you got to understand how they work, how they move. When I say work, how they move. But at the end of the day, it's understanding how the pair that you're trading moves. You know, if you've been watching it for a long time, and just always, when you're going through your journey and you're always on the charts and you're just, studying and learning and all of those kinds of things, what'll happen is you'll start to see patterns. And those are the things that you want to look for. You know what I'm saying? G Morgan, I see you. What's up? Thanks for tapping in. Yeah, so those are some of the things that, you learn from just really, really, truly watching a pair. And then I want to let y'all know too, if you see me looking down, it's just because I have my monitor below my camera. So I'm definitely engaged with y'all because I got the comments below me and all of that. So if you just don't see me looking in the camera, just understand and know I'm engaged. I'm checking out everything going on because I love to see what's going on in the comments. You know what I mean? That keeps me going. That's what's up. So for everyone in here that trades NQ, give me a thumbs up. All right, all my NQ traders, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you trade NQ. And if you don't trade NQ, drop it in the chat. What do you trade? I'm interested. I want to know, what do you trade? Do you trade YM? Do you trade ES? Do you trade gold futures, silver's futures? What do you trade? Do you trade NG? Oh, got it. Okay. I see you, J Royal. That's what's up. NQer. That's what's up. All right, so, just checking the charts, looking at everything. I don't like to. Oh, okay. Now you got already secured your base hit for the day. That's what's up. You already got your base hit for the day on NQ. Listen to that, base hit. You know what I'm saying? You know how powerful that word is, base hit. That lets you know. Ain't trying to hit a home run every time you get up to bat. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. That's not a good trading psychology. You want to get in, take what the market gives you, you know what I'm saying, and go from there. Because remember, we're not taking anything out of the market. Let's make sure we get that clear. Once again, that trading psychology, right? We're not taking anything out of the market. We are taking what the market gives us. Always remember that. We are taking what the market gives us. So those base hits are golden. You don't have to try to get the whole move. Just get you a good piece. Get you a good piece, shut your charts down, and move on to the next day. And whatever profits you make, do not give them back. Do not open up your charts. Don't go back into the market. You know what I'm saying? Looking for another trade, because pretty much what's going to happen is you're going to end up giving those profits right back. So like we talked about yesterday, protect your accounts, protect your capital. You know what I'm saying? And the way you do that is, for one, taking base hits. Also, two, once you take that base hit, shut it down. Shut it down. Literally, just shut it down. Now, you don't have to turn the charts off if you want to leave the charts on. I mean, that's cool, but at least log out of your accounts. So you're not tempted to go in there and, hit entry. You know what I'm saying? I mean, excuse me, hit buy or sell, you know what I'm saying? And hitting a blind entry. And I'm calling it a blind entry because you're just jumping in because you may see something that's good. You know what I mean? So, or I ain't gonna say see something that's good. See like a lightsaber candle going long, a lightsaber candle going short. Something about what that does to our mind. It makes us think like, oh, it's like, oh, let me jump in. Let me get a piece of that. Nah, get your base hit, shut it down. And we got about 3 minutes to the open. I'm looking to possibly target these daily levels down here. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for price to give us market structure, give us a gap. And if we get that, that's one of my setups. I'll go ahead on and take that. And we'll see what it give us. We'll see what it give us. Until then, how y'all feeling, man? And everyone, how y'all feeling today? Let me know in the chat how y'all feeling, man. Y'all feeling good? You're feeling a little, I don't know. Like, how y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? I see you, Elevated Veggies. I see you. Yeah, let me know in the chat. How y'all feeling today, man? I want to know how y'all feeling. You know what I mean? What's your sentiment for today as far as your thoughts? You know what I'm saying? Your feelings. You know what I mean? Your energy. You know what I mean? Because we always want to bring good energy to the charts. So let's see. And let me say this also. If I don't get my setup, I'm sitting on my hands. And for me, if I don't get my setup around roughly, because I'm on West Coast time, Pacific, if I don't get my setup like by 7, 8 o'clock, not 7, 8 o'clock, about 7:30, 8 o'clock, by 8:30 at the latest, I usually shut it down. Oh, I see you. I see you. That's right. I see you, Serena, motivated. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And what's that? Nay, eager to learn. There we go. That's the mentality. That's the mentality. Absolutely. That's what's up. So we have about almost 2 minutes till market open. For everybody that is on the charts, hopefully you're there, you're ready. You got everything set up. If you got them good TEF accounts, you got them, you logged in and you got everything ready to go. You know what I mean? Hopefully you got your tea or your coffee, everything you need, and you ready. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, we want to show up on the charts ready. Not at 6:15, not at anything. Hey, yo, what's up? What's up? Hey. Donna, what's going on? Yeah, so I've been sitting here in my chair since 6 o'clock. Everything ready to go. Now, I did my charting last night. So with that said, you know what I mean? My charts and stuff was already ready. So I've been sitting here since 6 o'clock, just kind of looking around and getting ready to go. So let's see here. Let me turn my mic up. Hopefully that's a little bit better for y'all. Is that better? Hopefully that's better. Don't get too much feedback. All right. Boom. Market is open. Market is open. Ooh, we got a lightsaber candle there. Geez, that thing's shooting. All right, let's see what NQ gives us today. Extremely bullish. Okay. Wow. Well, looks like we might have a continuation of what was going on last night. An overnight session, as you can see. follow my mouse, this is all overnight session right here to this part right here. This is 3 o'clock when the market opened this last night. And if you can see, we were bullish, kind of dipped down a little bit. It really was just a pullback. And now we are continuing on bullish, and that thing is taking off. Wow. All right. Okay. Interesting. Another one of my reversal zones, blue line unmitigated, as I stated earlier. So let's see. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. All right. I mean, I never really like to come into the market with I keep a bias, but I'm not married to my bias. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, like, yeah, I definitely was looking for shorts, but it doesn't mean I'm married to that. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, never be married to your bias. That's the best advice I can give, because of course the market can change at any moment. Take your bias and just use it as like a measuring stick, but always know that can always change. So let's see here what we got. What we have. All right. So let's go to a higher time frame. Let's see what we got on the 15-minute. Okay. All right. And drop down to the 5. And let's see here. Yeah, man, this market is extremely bullish. Extremely bullish. Okay. Like I said, I was looking for sales, not that I'm married to that, but because I use these daily lines as targets. This unmitigated would also be a target for me, but like I stated, because I was was more apt to looking for sales with all of this bullish momentum from last night. So what I kind of don't like doing is I don't like when you, okay. So when you see this price action going like this, right? Pretty healthy, goes up, it pulls back, kind of takes out some lows here from when the market opened up. This is in another session. What is this? This is, I believe this is Asia. Yeah, this would be Asia. Let's see here. 5 to, yeah, this would be Asia. 5 to 8. Yeah, 5 to 9, excuse me. And then from 11 up until now till what? I think 7:55 my time, so 10:55 Eastern time, that would be London. So I was definitely looking for, like I said, price to sell, to try to pick up some of this liquidity, this overnight liquidity. But once again, the market always moves the way it wants to, not the way we think it will. So sometimes our biases are correct, sometimes they're not. So with that said, being that I was looking for sales today, and the market went bullish, it might be a sit on your hands type of day for me, to be honest with y'all. So yeah. So anybody in a trade right now? Anybody trading a particular strategy of theirs? If you're in a trade right now, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Let me know if you're in a trade right now and what you're in. I'm interested to know. What are you in? What are you in? I'm interested to know. If you're in a trade right now, what are you in? What are y'all in? If you're in a trade. What we got? What we got? Let me know, chat. Y'all in a trade? Market is extremely bullish. Looks like I will be sitting on my hands today. That's what that looks like. And another thing too, y'all, I don't trade every day. If I don't see my setup, I just don't trade every day. I don't have to. Uh-oh. Someone said they should have left a runner. Sis, you should have left a runner? Yeah. Okay, okay. Oh, I see what you got. Let me see. Let me check you out here. 4-hour chart. Ah, you ran that breakout. Oh, you're not in a trade? At Raider 17. That's what's up. Being patient. Okay, okay. I see you, sis. You did a little 4-hour breakout. At Soy Sizzle. You're not in a trade either. Okay, okay, okay. That's what's up. Let's see here. Yeah, I ain't jumping in this candle just because it's it's just going up like that. I mean, honestly, when you go down to the 5-minute, if you look, we did have some consolidation right here. So on the 5-minute, this definitely was definitely a nice little breakout trade right here. Let me go on and show y'all what I'm talking about. So if you look, this little area right here, you see, we had a bunch of, let me open that up so y'all can see that. That's some little consolidation going on right there. And then you see price broke out. So actually, for anyone that trades consolidation breakouts, that this definitely might have been a good trade for you. This is where we at. This is 6:30 candle here, and yeah, this would have been good if anybody trades consolidation breakouts like that. That's cool. Yeah, I see you. I see you, Denny. I see you. Yeah. So I don't know, days like this, man, sometimes and y'all know, if you've been trading a while, trading can be, and this is not a pessimistic statement or a negative statement or anything like that. Trading can be boring. It's just what it is. And it doesn't mean boredom is not good. It's just the sentiment of how trading can be sometimes. You know what I mean? And with that said, that's why you can't let boredom, because sometimes boredom will, how would I say, make you complacent and then make your brain start racing. And then you're like, you've been sitting here, you might not see your setup, you might not see your strategy setup. And then you're like, man, I've been sitting here. It's been, hypothetically speaking, a half an hour, and then you see some price moving and then you just want to jump in. Sometimes that boredom will make you do that. And what you have to always remember is you want to remain disciplined. So with that said, you know what I mean? Like, keep that in mind. You want to always remain disciplined, and don't never let boredom seek in and allow boredom to, you know what I mean? How would I say, take you out of your rules. And you all should have rules. We all should have trading rules. How many trades that you're going to enter, give you an idea. Also, what's your leverage? How many contracts you trading? Being one and done. That's one of my rules. I'm one and done on both sides. One profitable trade, I'm done. And like I stated, I ain't giving it back. So I'm done. One non-profitable trade, which we call that what? A business expense. And I'm out. So either way, I'm out. So if I have a profitable trade, I'm out. I protected that capital. I'm gonna log off. Keep the charts up, but I'm gonna log off out of my accounts, log out of my accounts, and just kind of look at the charts. But I'm still gonna go on with my day. I'm not gonna sit here all day and just be watching the charts all day. The other thing too, if I have a non-profitable trade, I shut it down as well, because that is the way I protect my accounts. So profitable trade, shut it down. Non-profitable trade, shut it down. One and done. That's my little motto, being one and done. So boom. So we are here. And like I said, I am not really seeing anything at the moment. So Yeah, we just gonna just watch this thing and see what it does. But man, it's extremely bullish this morning. Jeez. Come back, NQ. Come back. Oh, I see you. Oh, okay. Ah, yes, 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 yes. Supply zone at 256. Gotcha. Gotcha. For those that trade, supply and demand, definitely from one of our great, great viewers. Shout out to Serena. She dropped that in there. A little where that price is entering a supply zone. So I don't trade support and resistance. Not that that's a bad thing. That's just not, I just don't trade that. It's definitely a good strategy for the ones that do trade. So it's not that I don't trade it and there's something wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. If support and resistance is you, that's what's up. Remember, I always believe your strategy should fit your personality. Period. Always. Your strategy should fit your personality. Like, give you a good example. I am not a scalper. Why? It doesn't fit my personality. I didn't like the fact of like going in and out of trades, like buy, sell, buy, entry, exit, entry, exit, entry, exit. I just didn't, I don't know. I tried it and I was doing it on my demo account. I just didn't like it. And with that, it's like you have to, what I say, you would have to, how could I put it? Like, you're taking a lot of trades a day. Yeah, I know it's scalping and you're getting little bits and pieces, but for me, like, when do you stop? When you reach a certain dollar amount, and then that's something I don't like to do either. I don't like to have predetermined dollar amount of what I'm trying to get out the market. Like, I don't sit down and say today I got to get my 500 today. No, I don't do that. The reason why is because I don't set any kind of limits. I'm a strategy trader. I trade based on a strategy, and when that strategy does not show, I sit on my hands or I shut my charts down. That's pretty much how I do it. And I take what the market gives me. I take what the market gives me. I will trim my position at a particular place in that trade, and then I'll just let the runners run. So, oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Super Spaceman. You got it. You got it. That's what I'm here for. You got it. All right, price just hit this reversal zone. Oh, let's see what it does. Reversal zone. Let's see if we get some pullback, man, because price has been so bullish all night long. Let's see if we can get a pullback here. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we have. Let's see. Absolutely. Let's see. All right, well, while price is doing that, man, let's jump into let's talk about let's get into the question of the day here. Question of the day. Did NQ give you a setup or did you force a trade? And this question is not necessarily for today. This is really a general statement. And if you don't trade NQ, it's whatever your ticker is. So, you could just fill in the blank right here. Like, did ES, did YM, did gold, did silver, did you get a setup or did you force a trade? Let me know in the chat. Let me know. Did for me NQ, but did your ticker, if it's not NQ, give you a setup or did you force a trade? As you can see, I didn't get a setup, so I'm not forcing anything. Let me know in the chat. Let me know. Did you get your setup or did you force a trade? Going back to that boredom we were talking about. Let me know, chat. Let me know. Wow, man, price is just going. Jeez Louise. Price is just going. Man, that is something. Maybe going back to y'all, I was thinking about what y'all was saying about my mic being low. Maybe I need to speak up. Maybe I'm talking a little too low, and I'll make sure I speak up. Getting a setup for longs. Okay, okay. Right on. Right on. I like it. I like it. Yeah, this thing is this thing is going. It took off. Let me jump on this 1 minute. It took off. Got my setup off the London high. Oh, that's what's up at Freedom Vault. At the Freedom Vault. That's what's up. Got your setup off the London high. How'd you do? Was your trade was profitable? Let me know. Was it profitable? Man, prices took off. Just took off. My mic was good yesterday. It's not good today. Maybe I need to speak up. Maybe I was just so super day one, super excited and just talking loud. I'm gonna make sure that I project my voice. And I definitely will look into that. I mean, I do have it. All my volume levels are where they were. All right, cool. Oh, you were profitable? Nice, nice. What'd you run? Did you trade NQ or were you on a different ticker? It's good. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, Taylor Pruitt. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So tell me, question of the day, y'all. Did your ticker give you a setup or did you force a trade? I know perfect. I know where we at? Who was that? That was Freedom Vault. No, Freedom Vault got theirs in. So Freedom Vault, you got your trade in, you were profitable, you shut it down. Or you looking for another trade? Oh, NQ. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Wow. Extremely, extremely, extremely bullish. That's what's up. Right on, Be More. Appreciate you. I'm going to listen. I ain't saying nothing else about my mic. I'm going to listen. Yeah. So, but yeah, interesting. So price pretty much took off without me. What we got here? There is a strategy that I trade on a 15-minute, but this is my issue. Oh, missed my entrance. Don't want to FOMO. That's what I'm talking about. That was for you, Raider 17. That's what I'm talking about. You missed your entry. We talked about that yesterday. You missed your entry. Let it go. Let it go. Protect, remember, protect your accounts, protect your capital. And you're right. You don't want to FOMO because what's that's doing? We're creating bad trading habits. We don't want to do that. We just don't want to do that. That's good, man. Or I'm assuming gentlemen, not gentlewoman. Either way. But yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. But going back to this 15-minute strategy that I trade, I have a little 15-minute strategy that I trade on the 15-minute. The thing about that is it's in a reversal zone. And another one of my rules is, as you can see, let me jump back onto the charts. As you can see on the 15-minute, where my entry would be is in a reversal zone. And for me, I don't take entries inside of reversal zones. One of my rules. I don't care how good it looks. I just don't take the entry. And reason being is because from my back testing and my forward testing, meaning demo trading, that would be my forward testing. What I've come to understand and learn through my experience is it makes it a more riskier trade, right? So if it makes my strategy or my trade taking entries in RZs, reversal zones, more risky, then that to me that kind of dumbs down the high probability, right? So with that said, I only want to take, high probability setups. And if taking an entry inside a reversal zone makes it more risky, then guess what? That's not high probable. You know, the high probability is not where it needs to be. So with that said, I just sit on my hands. Once again, it's like, just got to let it go. Okay, I see you, Freedom Vault. You just done just watching? That's right. That's right. That's right. Done for the day. You know what? Once again, that's a great strategy for your trading, but also it's actually a rule, right? One and done. You went into the market, you took what the market gave you, and you're done for the day. Jeez Louise, look at this. NQ is just going bananas. Okay. If y'all see, I'm on a 15-minute, but remember that little box that I showed y'all? I think I was on a 5-minute. Yeah, absolutely. That's what you're seeing. So, yeah. But for me, can we not trade gold? I believe you can. I'm not a gold trader, but other members, other people that I know and other members in the community are trading gold. Yeah, I believe you can trade gold. If you're not sure, just do this. Just jump on your demo account real quick. Well, that is demo. You should be able to trade gold. Yeah, you should be able to trade gold. You should be able to trade gold. Absolutely. So price, like I said, for me, price just took off. Don't look like I will be taking any trades today. That's what it's looking like. You don't see the symbol? Let's see here. Let's go here. Let's go here. And then futures. There you go, Taylor Pruitt. Help out, I am ordinary. GC, right on Elevated Veggies. I was just about to do it. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yep. There you go. I am ordinary. See how the community just jumps in there and just helps? That's what I'm talking about. We all in this together. We are all in this together. Absolutely. Yeah, price just took off. I definitely, once again, of course, no one knows what the market is going to do. But what I was looking at is, like, as I stated, price was right on I am ordinary. That's what's up. Price was so bullish where the open is here. Overnight open, 3 o'clock, bam. Well, 3 o'clock for me, remember, y'all, I'm on, anytime I say a time, just always remember I'm on West Coast time. So, of course, just add your 3 hours for Eastern time. But yeah, if you look at the market, like I said, the market went up at the beginning of overnight session, pulled back during Asia, and kind of consolidated. London session opened up, and then boom, and then it took off. So yeah, so for me, honestly, ain't no trades for me today. So what I will probably end up doing is doing what I always do. Because like I tell y'all, protect y'all accounts. If you see my little, is one of the two micro. I believe micros would be, I used to have it on my chart. Let me see here. No, it's not there. I got silver up. I'll tell you right now. So GC. I think it's MGC, I believe. Yes, it's MGC for micro gold futures. It's right there. So you might have to put in MGC, because if you just put in GC, it just brings up, well, actually micro's down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns down is your micro gold futures. So there you are. Bam. All right. So going back to what I was saying, price just took off. Some people may have jumped in this. Not something I would advise anyone to do, because remember, we don't just jump in candles like that just because candle is, buying or selling. You always want to come in with a strategy. And my strategy today was, I was looking for a price to hit these pink lines. These are my daily levels. And you see I got 4 of them because they represent the high, the open, high, low close of my previous day candle, so this is the pink lines are my open, high, low close of today's Wednesday of Tuesday's daily candle. So I'll give y'all a little look at that. So I'm on a daily chart. And as you can see, my pink lines coincide with the open, the open, the high, the low, and the close. So those pink lines you see, that's what they are. And I use those as targets. The way I was taught, the way my mentor taught me, and I trade my mentor style the way I was taught. So someone would ask, well, why are you marking these out on a daily candle? Why not the 15-minute candle? Why not the 10-minute? Why not the 5-minute or any other time frame? So the reason why that these are marked out on the daily time frame is because, remember, we're intraday traders, right? Intraday meaning we trade daily, right? So the daily candle is what I use to mark out those levels because it's based on yesterday's price action and yesterday's daily candle. As you can see, if you look at the bottom, you see it says Tuesday, February 24th. Of course, that was yesterday. And I use those levels to trade for today. So tomorrow, when market closes, I'll be marking out the open, high, low close of this Wednesday daily candle, and I'll be trading those targets for Thursday. So I'm going to jump back to 5. Like I said, price just took off. Are we getting a little reversal now? Hitting that RZ. Oh, okay. Came off the RZ. And then this is another thing too. The way I trade and per my strategy, these reversal zones are very, very strong. These are drawn up on the 1 hour. And you can also draw these up on a 4 hour as well. So it's up to you how you do it. Everyone has their way, but always using the higher time frames always gives you the most accurate, how would I say, the most accurate places that price has been, that price touches and reverses. You know what I mean? So using the higher time frames to draw up your reversal zones are always good. If that's how you trade. So that's pretty much what I do, and that's how I trade. So, with that said, like I stated, doesn't look like I will be getting into anything today. Let me see this 15-minute again. Yeah, this candle is about to close in less than a minute. So this 15-minute strategy that I would trade, I wouldn't even be able to trade that because I like to see some drawdown first before I place my entry, and price just took off. Price is just extremely bullish today. I'm assuming it might be on some news that been going on, not news that we were looking at, not news in Forex Factory, but news speaking of current event news, because Trump did have his speech last night, a State of the Union address, if I'm not mistaken. So price action could be riding on the backs of that. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, so we got 13 seconds before this candle closes. And I can honestly tell you, none of my strategies played out today. So with that said, boom, that closed. None of my strategies played out today. So if you look at me, you see my mouse, I click and I log off. That's it for me today. No trading for me. I am done. I will watch the charts. I like to keep my charts up because, once again, this is how I keep up on how my girl is moving. So, but yeah, going back to what we talked about, understanding how the ticker that you trade moves. If you trade gold, if you trade silver, if you trade YM, if you trade NG, NQ, ES, You know, it's good to keep your charts up. Now, when you're learning, I would say spend as much time on the charts as possible. I mean, spend as much time on the charts as possible. Literally, like you want to learn that ticker and only focus on one ticker at a time. One ticker at a time. That gives you the opportunity to truly learn how that ticker moves so you can understand where your strategy fits in. Because at the end of the day, that's what you're looking for. You're looking to figure out, how can I get in to this market? Yo. Oh man, that's what's up. Y'all see that right there? Y'all see what that say right there? Yo, I see you. I see you. I see you. We got somebody real special in the chat, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's what's up. I'm glad you're here, son. I'm glad you're here. I got my son in the chat, y'all. He in the chat with us. He jumped on. Look at it. But he ain't no trader. So it's all good. Maybe we can convert him one day. Maybe we can convert him. That's what's up, son. Thanks for jumping in, brother. But yeah, man, that's, you know what? That's cool when you can have your boy, you know what I'm saying? Have your boy jump in with you and be like, yo, that's cool. That's good stuff. It's good stuff. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, I mean, I'm not taking no trade. You know what I mean? I'm not taking no trade. I'm sitting on my hands. I'm done. But like I was saying, like I will leave my charts up, right? And I leave my charts up because I want to see how this ticker is going, you know, what it's doing. Every day I leave my charts up. It doesn't mean I'm sitting here. Now, when I first started, I was, how would I say, on the charts all day. Literally, I was on the charts all day. That because what? I was learning. I was a beginner. I was just getting into this, and I wanted to be the best at it. You know what I mean? Because I understand that this is my beginner mind. This is not my today mind. My beginner trading mind was, man, you know, this it's a lot going on. Like I got to do these charts. Like this is before me doing my reversal zones and all of this stuff. You know, I didn't start doing this stuff until I sat down with my mentor and he gave me all the game and, you know, showed me how to actually really truly trade. You know what I mean? And shout out to him because he actually really truly made me into a real trader. You know what I mean? So with that said, back to my beginner mind when I first started, I just wanted to be on the charts. I wanted to be on the charts and just watch and just see how this ticker moves. And I just noticed a lot of different characteristics. And I applied those characteristics into my trading. When I say apply those characteristics into my trading, meaning the way that I trade this ticker. So that really helped me and kind of molded my strategies in a sense, because I start understanding how NQ moves. I start understanding price action. I start understanding these fair value gaps. You see these on my charts, right? So on my indicators, these fair value gaps. So absolutely. Shout out to the GOAT. No doubt, sis. That's for real. Shout out to the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? That's my dude. That's my big brother right there. You know what I mean? For real. Like I owe a lot to that guy. He's very modest. He'll say, "Oh, you did the work," and that's true. But he don't know how gracious, you know, we are. You know what I mean? At least I am. And there's a lot of us that are very, very gracious for, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Shout out to the God. There's a lot of us that's very, very gracious for that gentleman, man. That gentleman, that's all I gotta say. He's a good human. You know what I'm saying? He's a good human. What's up, Jed? What's up, Jed War? Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, so like I said, I just was on the charts literally all day. For the beginners in here, I'm sharing this with you. So, you know, because I was there where you are. And honestly, it wasn't a lonely place, but it was a place of like, man, geez, like, whew, a lot going on, right? You like trading view chart, like learning how to use the chart, learning what all these tools do. You know, and that's what I did all day. When I would have the charts up, I would also be in trading view and I would just be clicking on stuff. I'll be in here clicking on everything. I actually would just be here clicking on all this stuff. Of course, some of the stuff like these time frames, like you know what those are. I wasn't messing with those, but like these tools, I was just clicking in here. And I was just seeing what everything is. Go in here and just check everything out, click it, see it on my chart, and be like, okay, that's this, that's that. That's how I learned how to use these tools. Now, I don't need them all. You're not going to use all of these tools, but there are some vital tools in here. Like this ruler is good. These shapes are good. You know what I mean? And then when you find the tools you like, you'll have them up here. You know, you'll save them and you have them up on your chart. So they're just readily available for you. So you don't have to go find them when you're when you're on your chart and you have to go into these different columns. So all the ones that I use, I pretty much put them up here. So that's the rectangle, arrow, trend line. I use a short and long position tool. And y'all know what those are. Short position. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I'm going to go short. This is my entry. It already creates everything for you. You can move. This is going to be your stop loss. However far your stop loss is, hypothetically speaking, this is going to be your take profit. However your take profit is. So that would be your short position tool. And of course, the long position is the same thing. It's just going the other way. And then click it. And let's say if my entry was here, boom. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I was taking a trade where this previous low was or is my stop loss. And let's say this blue line up here, which is an unmitigated level, is my take profit. That's pretty much how you would set it up. And yeah, so take advantage of, like, being on the charts. I know a lot of us have jobs. We can't, be on the charts all day. Thank goodness, fortunate for me, I quit my job, y'all. We talked about this, so y'all know my story. I quit my job. Alfie, what's up? Thanks for popping in, brother. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you. Y'all know for me, I quit my job. Y'all know my story, so I had time. You know what I mean? I know a lot of us don't have time, but whatever time that you do have, like, spend the time on the charts. Like, if you really, really want to become a consistent, profitable trader, you definitely want to make sure that you are learning this financial skill. Don't just put an hour or so in it. Put as much time as you can. Now, I do understand that time is limited, but if your time is that limited, then I would definitely recommend creating a time management schedule for yourself. Like, jump on Word, jump on Google Sheets, whatever you use, and write it out. You know what I mean? Make you a nice little graph, print it out. You can even get to the point to where you can laminate it and, and have it there, and just, something for you to look at and be on it. Like, hold yourself accountable. If from 9 to 9:30 or from this time to this time you have something in that slot to do, make sure you're doing that thing that's on your chart. You know what I mean? Your time management chart. It's good to exercise great time management if your time is just that limited. But if you have time, like, don't spend the time watching TV. Like, don't do that. Like, spend the time really, or scrolling through, IG or whatever. Like, really, really spend the time learning this financial skill. The only way that you're going to get good at this is putting in the work, and that's putting in the work. And it can be daunting. It can be boring. I used to sit in here for hours. Nobody here. It's quiet. You know what I mean? I didn't even put on music. Like, I didn't want nothing. Like, I was tuning out everything. I would take my phone. I'll put my phone on silent. I'll tell, like, my family, like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, not that I'm not accepting any calls, but if I missed their call and call them back, I'll be like, yeah, I was on the charts. And they understood. They get it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was a little, excuse me, for me, it was a little bit easier because I just had the time. And I was able to, I didn't have a lot of outside noise. That's the other thing too. Outside noise definitely will take up your time and definitely impede your learning process. And that's something that you just, you don't want to do. You want to prevent that if you can. Let me drop down to this 5. Drop down to this 1. Yeah, it looks like we're getting a little reversal. It's after 10. Yeah, so like I said, no trades for me today. My setups did not show themselves, and I'm okay with that because, like I stated earlier, I don't trade every day. You don't have to trade every day. You just don't. Trading every day is really not needed. I would say trade when you see your high probability setups. When you see your A plus, you see it. A plus meaning your A plus setup, like everything aligned, all your confluences, your strategy is there, price action is clean, it's moving in one direction, it's not choppy, anything like that. Take the trade and live with the results. Take the trade and live with the results. For me, my results today were what I was looking for did not show itself as far as the price action I was looking for, as well as my setups just didn't show themselves. So y'all saw I just logged out. I was on a new eval account I was on. So just an eval that I'm adding to my already 5 sim funded accounts that I have. So just to give y'all a little tidbit on my funded futures, yo, Morbid Drifter, you made it. That's what's up, brother. We talked about it yesterday, or sister, because I'm not sure. Don't quote me either way. But brother or sister, either way. But yeah. So the way we have to with symbols of diabolical, that's why I couldn't. Okay. So I'm glad I am ordinary. I'm glad you found it. I'm glad you found it. So yeah, so like I said, my strategy what I was looking for, I didn't see it. My strategy, of course, didn't set up because I didn't get the price action I was looking for. And as y'all saw, I went ahead and just logged off. So I'm, nothing's up. I'm not in any, I don't have no accounts up or anything. So I won't be tempted to jump in no trade. If I see something, I'm not logging back in. That's why I log off. Because logging back in is going to make me be like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you logging back in? You're done for the day. You didn't see your setups. It's a way to hold yourself accountable because we have to do that because for some odd apparent reason, this thing right here, this brain, our brains, like it's weird how it'll make us think like something's there, right? I don't know why. I don't know why that happens, but I just noticed that like it'll do that. It's a trip. That's why you have to have all of these different, how would I say, these coping skills for your trading integrated into your system. So it prevents you from making mistakes, prevents you from, doing things that you shouldn't do, meaning breaking your rules. Yeah, so going back to what I was saying about my funded futures, with my funded futures, they're real cool. So I have 5 sim funded accounts with them. And what I learned is they'll let you still trade evals, but of course you can't trade any more than the 5 sim fundeds because that's their max. Now, with TEF, it's the same way. TF lets you trade 5 accounts, and that's your max. So, once you hit your max, you can't trade any more than that. But yeah, so just keep that in mind that if you wanted to stack some evals, you know what I'm saying, behind your already sim fundeds, you could. If that's your strategy, that's how you want to do it. I did it because it's a possibility you could blow an account, right? I mean, it ain't, no one's just out the blue from, what I'm saying, not out the blue, but no one's just, how would I say, out of the realm of not blowing any accounts. Like we all still are susceptible to blowing accounts. It's just what it is. I mean, that's just the way it goes in this business. So last night, speaking of that, that was a segue into what I was going to state last night. And one of my viewers, which is my guy, my brother, he's in the chat. He'll tell you, I was trading overnight session last night. little strategy that I trade. And I had an entry set on my chart. Now, I do that. You know, if I'm waiting for if I see my setup and I'm waiting for it to hit my entry, I'm waiting for it to get to my entry point. I'll set my limit order there because I'm a limit order trader. And I totally forgot yesterday was a State of the Union address. It means Trump speaking. We know when he speaks, the market tends to do all kind of volatile things. And once again, not a political statement, not bashing him. It ain't nothing about that. It's just something that we know. When our leaders speak, a lot of times they drive price action in either direction. So we're sitting here, me 50 Wild. Yes. I wasn't in the trade. I had my limit order set, and let's see here. If we can go to it. I'm going to go to it. I'm going to show y'all. Let me go to the 5 minute. I'm going to show y'all what happened. So right here. So where are we? Yep, right where we are. Right. It was, let's see here. Where are we? That was yesterday. No. Oops. We were, let me find it. Oh, here we go. I went way too far. This candle right here. You see this? You see this thing right here? This thing right here? I have my limit order set. Me and my guy, we talking. You know, talking about the stream. We actually was talking about today. Talking about today's live stream. And we're talking, and all of a sudden I hear order filled. And this candle, as you can see, let me open this up so you can get the magnitude of this candle. So this candle came all the way down. This was during the State of the Union address. You can see the time. Came all the way down, and I'm not trading. I took a sell from a CZ and actually made profit from that. For reaction candle, put that I'm gonna trade. Did not work out for us. No, it absolutely. That's what's up, Serena. Absolutely. So I'm talking, and I have a monitor right here to the right of me as well that I do my copy trading on. And I'm talking, he and I are talking, and then all of a sudden I hear order filled, and I look, and I'm like, what the heck? And price, it came down. Look, price came down, wicked me up, and look, and then even though this candle closed like this, it actually came down, wicked right here, and this wick was really truly like even longer than it is now. It just ended up closing a little bit shorter than it initially was. It actually was way up here. So it hit and then went all the way up. And of course, you know what, y'all know, of course, I was immediately in drawdown on that one account though. And it blew it. And it blew it because I was copy trading, and this is something that happens with copy traders. I was copy trading. Yesterday, if y'all remember when we were on the call, I told y'all, I said, oh, that order filled. Y'all heard that? I was in a trade. I think it was five of my accounts, but only 4 of them went in the trade. And I don't know how that 5th account was going in the opposite direction. It happens sometimes. That's just what it is with copy traders. Like, I've learned to live with it. It doesn't happen all the time. I mean, it does happen. What I think happened is I lost connection. And when I got connection back, I think it kind of threw the copy trader off. So one of my accounts was going in the wrong way. So I was already down in that account. The good thing is I was in profit, I think like 3,100 or 3,300 on those 4 accounts. So that was cool. You know what I mean? It should have been the 5 accounts, but whatever. So that account had significantly dropped already, right? Now fast forward to last night when Trump was speaking. So when it hit this and went back up, I didn't have really too much drawdown. I was trading, and I didn't have too much drawdown in that one account, so it blew it. Actually, all 5 accounts, it triggered all 5 accounts, and they are willing to trade. But of course, my other 4 accounts, as I stated, I was already up on them from profit already. Those are some accounts that I had just started. So I was already up $3,000. So I had some room in those 4. So that's why those 4 didn't blow, but that one did. And it happens like that. And think about it. I didn't blow it because I was trading recklessly. I blew it because I didn't pay attention that news was on. When Trump is speaking, I don't have no order set on my chart. None. Because I know how volatile price action can be. And when he's speaking, I make sure that I'm already out of my trade. I don't take trades while he's speaking. It's just the same way how we wouldn't take trades. I'm going to jump to the calendar. We wouldn't take trades if we had red folder news, right? We like 5:30, like you don't want to be in a trade around this time. It's account suicide. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure you wait, get your trade in before this, grab your little base hit, and you want to exit before news happens, because that's going to definitely, most of the time, unfortunately, it negatively affects your trade. And also too, you don't want to be in nothing. You don't want to be in nothing like that. That's just not a good trading practice, and that's not good trading habits. So yeah, and I was just using this as an example because this is Thursday. So this is what we're going to be looking at tomorrow. I just use this as an example. Yeah, anytime, we have that going on, that's what it is. So look, here we are. This was yesterday, 6 p.m. And that's why it's important to have this Forex factory calendar. Like I have it as a setting. You know what I mean? Like it's one of my settings. It's one of my bookmarks. And I have it bookmarked because it's a tool. It's my tool. It's my tool that I need to keep up on everything going on. Now, unfortunately, my habit is, because I don't trade after 8:30, 8:15-ish. I don't trade pretty much after that time, meaning that time, West Coast time. So I don't really look at news after that because I'm never in a trade. Now, there are some overnight strategies I trade, like I stated, and I just totally forgot that this man was speaking. So that's what got me. So I'm just sharing my experience with you so you understand, don't make the same mistake, so you understand the importance of always making sure you stay up on news, number one. And number two, when any one of the leaders are speaking, especially Trump, don't be in a trade, take your orders off. I made 2 mistakes. I did not remember, and I did not pay attention to know that he was speaking at 6 my time, because mind you, these times are in Pacific time, West Coast. Also, too, I left an order sitting on my chart. You don't do that ever. You don't do that. So because I did that, there it is. There it is. And I blew the account. But it wasn't because I was reckless. It's because I was not paying attention. And does that make me reckless? No. But what it does, it also, lets me know that, hey, I got to pay attention. There's a lot of moving parts in trading. This is how it works, So will it happen again? Probably not. But even me, I'm 2 years into my trading career. Look, you know what I mean? So It blew. No big deal. No big deal. I didn't worry about it. Me and AJ Royal, we laughed about it. I showed him. We was cracking up. It was like, wow. But that's what happens. You know, that's how volatile that can happen. So this guy right here. But yeah, so I'm gonna come take this walk with me. We're gonna jump back over here and let's see here. Ask some questions. So how long should you wait after red folder news? An hour or two just to be safe? When Trump is speaking, I would say let him get done speaking. When he speaks, it's different. Because remember, he's talking about everything United States, or at least that involves the United States. So his speeches are going to be very, very powerful when it comes to price action. Just know that. If it's like regular red folder news, how I was showing y'all, I'll jump back over there. Regular red folder news, I would say wait at least get out your trade at least a couple of minutes before the time frame. Yes, the whole time he's speaking, stay out of there. Absolutely. But when we're talking about, this news, I would say about 1 or 2 minutes. I would say 2 minutes to be safe, because sometimes you do get some. I've seen prior to news, I've seen some volatility spikes going on prior to, and after news, I would say wait at least a good 2 to 3, at least a good 3 minutes, maybe even 4. Like, just give it a second, because there's times where sometimes the volume will jump in even after news. Like, news will hit, hypothetically speaking, at that time, like 6, whatever time it is, and it'll be a couple minutes later, and you'll still get some volume, some volatility spikes. And once again, I can say this because of watching NQ all the time for as long as I've been watching NQ. I've watched all of these different characteristics, and also with news. So with that said, like, that's what I would say, Morbid Drifter. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump back to, let's get in going back to this question today. So I know most of you guys said, I didn't hear anyone say that they FOMO'd in, which is good. That's what I wanted to hear. That's amazing. That's perfect. That's why I do these. I do these as a way to not only engage us, but also to peak our mental. So my mic back a little bit. So with that said, let's go ahead on, and like I said, I always like to, drop a tip of the day in there. You know what I'm saying? And tip of the day today is your strat only works if you follow it consistently. Your strat only works if you follow it consistently. Oh, Morbid Drifter, FOMO. Fear of missing out. Fear of missing out. That's what FOMO is. And that's correct. For those that are trading prop firm, so when I was talking about news trading, like when to not get in trades before or after, if we're talking about prop firms, you have to read the rules on the prop firm. I would definitely recommend that. Go to the website and, oh, you like that, Morbid Drifter? Fear of missing out, FOMO. Yes, absolutely. So I would say if you're trading a prop firm, go to their website, go check their rules. The easiest way to find it, because all of them are pretty much structured the same. Go on the website, go into their help section. Most of the time they have a search bar there. Put in a search bar news. Just put in news, and it'll auto-populate for you. It'll show you everything that's going on with news, and then you just read it, just check it out, and it'll tell you specifically. Some of them are like 1 minute, you can't be in a trade. They don't want you trading their accounts 1 minute before or after, 1 minute before, during, or after news. Some are 5 minutes. But the only way you would know that is to go to their website, put your head into the information, and find that out. And honestly, before you even purchase an account, you should be reading all of the rules first. Like literally, like don't spend your hard-earned money. I don't care if the account costs you $10. It's not even about the amount of money that it costs. It's the fact that you're spending your money. When you spend your money, you want to spend your money wisely, right? We all spend our money wisely, right? So that's just a way of spending your money wisely pertaining to purchasing prop firm accounts. Go read the rules. I definitely recommend go read the rules. That'll be the first thing. I know it's a lot of information. Trust me, I know it is. And I know we look at it like, man, I got to read all of that. Yeah, you got to read all of that. Like, remember, this is your business. This ain't no, I'm just going to do just enough to get by. This is your business. You're in business to do what? Make money. Or you're in business to play around. If you're in business to play around, what'd you start the business for? That's why I use this term. And that's why we have to treat trading as a business, because we're in business to make money. I don't know no business that opened up everything and got everything going, and then they just there like playing around. Like they're actually executing things to get sales, whatever entails in that business, whether it's getting sales, creating leads, providing services. And in this case, because we're talking about trading, being on the charts, being prepared, doing your charting, all of those things. So with that said, make sure you read the rules. I can't stress that more. Read the rules. I don't care if it's a lot. If it's a lot, then guess what? Read up to a certain point, give yourself a break, and go back and read more. Straight up. Like, do that. It's going to only help you in the end, because when you understand the rules, you understand how the accounts work. So this way you don't get blindsided with, man, what happened? Most of the time when I hear that, when people say, I don't know, I was trading this account and then, I don't know, it blew, or I don't know what's going on. I'm locked out. Or if you're trading an account and something goes on and you don't know what happened, that means I would say 9 times out of 10, you don't know the rules. There are those times when you know all the rules and something happens to your account and you don't really know what it is. There are those times. I've experienced that. But for the most part, read the rules. Like, go through and read everything. Understand everything. Don't just read like how much the account is, what's the trailing drawdown, what's my profit target, what's my drawdown target. Like, read everything. Read how the accounts work. What happens when you go from, if it's not an already a funded account, shout out to TEF. If it's not already a funded account and it involves an eval, read the rules, because you want to understand what happens when you go from eval to funded. Are they any activation fees? How much are they? That's why you want to read the rules beforehand. You want to see, once again, how much money am I going to have to invest into this account, to trade it, to, make profit from it, to get payouts. So definitely read the rules. I can't stress that more. And who said that? Somebody said, where are we at? Somebody said, I thought somebody had spoke on my tip of the day. Your strat only works if you follow it consistently. And that's correct. And also, as one of our loyal Beacon of Light members in our chat, in our comments stated, consistency rules are key. That's why you got to read the rules. That is one of the most important. All the rules of our prop firm accounts are important, but that one is probably the most important. Understanding if there's a consistency rule, understanding how much. The easiest way to know where you need to be on consistency. Like, give you an example. On some prop firms, their consistency rule is 50%. That means you cannot make more than 50% of the profit target. So let's do some math. So hypothetically speaking, you bought this account, your profit target is $3,000. Your consistency rule is 50%. That means 50% of $3,000 is what? $1,500. So that means you cannot make more than $1,500 in one trading day. If you do, you breach the consistency rule. Now, will the account blow? Most of the time, no. You don't lose the account because you breached consistency rule. But what will happen is now that $3,000 profit target will be raised. So you have to make more money now just to pass it. Or if it's a funded account and you breach your consistency rule, you'll have to make more money to be able to reach the payout threshold to be able to be eligible and request payouts. So please understand that, read the rules and pay attention to those things. And the easiest way to find out what your consistency is, I don't care if it's 20% consistency, 30%, whatever it is. We have all of these tools in front of us. We got phones, we got our laptops, desktops. All you have to do is go on Google and say, what is 30% of and whatever your profit target is. That's all you have to do. It's going to spit out the answer. Whatever that answer is, mark it down that I cannot make more than this amount in one trade, meaning daily. Like by the end of my trading day, I can't make more than that amount. And as long as you stick to that, you'll be good. You'll always be safe. But it starts with reading the rules first. Please, I can't stress this more. It's like my third time saying it. Read the rules. And we're going to jump back to this tip of the day, that your strat only works if you follow it consistently. And what that means is, so when you have back tested your strategy and going back 3 years, and when you have forward tested that strategy, you already have an idea of how well that strategy works, right? Because your 3 years of back testing, yes, that is my rule of thumb on back testing, going back 3 years. If you want to go back more, man, great. Go back more if you want to, but I'm saying go back at least 3 years. At least 3 years. That's what you want to go back at least 3 years. Now, with that stated, once you've back tested it, now you have 3 years of all of this data. You have 3 years of analysis, right? Now you take that same strategy and you forward test it by demo trading it. So demo trading would be your forward testing. You want to at least forward test that because you're in a live market now, right? Because you're demo trading, you're in a live market. So you want to forward test that for at least, I would say, at least 2 to 3 months. At least 2 to 3 months. Now you can demo trade even longer, because the longer you demo trade, the more time and more analysis you're giving yourself before you go into the live market. Now, once you're done demo trading, go ahead and take their demo trading analytics, and you should be journaling. You should have a pad right there. And when you're demo trading, you should be journaling every trade. When you took your strategy, the time you took it, how many contracts you traded. You can also put like how you were feeling when you took it. Were you anxious? Were you not anxious? How was price action? Was there any news going on that day? What time news was? Or what time, was this trade before news? Or was this demo trade after news? And, get a whole list of these analytics. And you want to just, every time you do a demo trade, you want to jot in there and jot it down in there. Now, you have all of that data to compare to your back testing. And the same thing with back testing. If you're not using like Forex Replay, because Forex Replay is a good back testing tool, in Forex Replay, it will save all of your your data, so you can go back and actually even breaks down that analysis as well. That's why I like FX Replay. FX Replay is really, really, really good for that. You compare that data, the back testing, the demo trading, which is your forward testing, and then that gives you a clear path on how well that strategy works. Now you're ready to take it to the live market. And now what you want to do is to keep your probability intact. You always want to make sure you're taking those high probability setups for your strategy. And that is the part of following your rule, following your strat consistently. Follow it. And as long as you continue to keep following it, if from your back testing and from your forward testing, you see that the strategy had a good win rate, you see that it was profitable as you were demo trading, because that's the other thing that you want to make sure you keep record of is how profitable it was in your demo trading. That's why we demo trade, because now we can start seeing some profits in the live market, but not in a live trade. And if you have a 60% win rate in your strategy, you are killing it. Like literally, you are killing it. 60% win rate is fantastic. That means every 10 trades, you're having 4 non-profitable trades and 6 profitable trades. So if you're not over leveraging and you're running your strategy good, where you're putting a stop loss where it's supposed to be, you're taking profits where you should, you're getting your base hits, you will be profitable. It's really that easy. Like trading is easy, but also trading is hard. Why is it hard? Because we don't follow rules. It's like we make it hard in a sense. We don't follow rules. We're not putting in putting in the work to study. We're not back testing. We're not demo trading, because everyone wants to get to the bag so quickly. And that's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to get yourself prepared for that, right? Like that athlete we talked about yesterday. You can't just go into the game without learning the plays. You got to practice. You can't just go into the game without practicing. You know what I'm saying? When you're going to be in the game, you ain't going to know the plays. They're going to be running the plays. You're not going to be running the play the right way. You're going to actually be a weak link in the chain. You know what I mean? So with that said, just follow your rules consistently. And when you do that, you create a high probability of profitability. A high probability of profitability. Wow, say that 3-4 times. But yeah, so that is the whole point. So to give you an example, like when I trade my strategies, I make sure that like the price action is good. It ain't choppy. Like we're getting some good trending momentum in either direction. Also too, I'm waiting for the setup to look nice and clean. I take my clean setup, boom, and I go. That's a high probability setup for me. And I make sure I take every single one of those. Why? Because if you don't, you're going to ruin your probability ratio. Because if you take every high profitable setup of your strategy, you're going to be profitable. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? So with that said, you know what I mean? It was a short trading day today. Unfortunately, nothing showed up for me. My strategy didn't show anything. As you can see, price is now stuck between this reversal zone here. You know what I'm saying? So, it looks like we're going to be having one of these days today. And that happens. For me, like as you can see, I'm logged out. You don't see me logged into Tradegheenyuz. I'm out. As I stated, I ain't going back into the market. I'm pretty much done for the day. It is what it is. Am I angry? Am I pissed off? Nah, not at all. I'm not bummed. I'm just like, I like to trade. I like to get in a trade. I like to make money. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not all super high energy today because I wasn't able to make any money. But you know what? That's okay. Because guess what? We still got lives, right? We all have lives outside of trading. So now I get to go and do the things that I do in my life. You know what I mean? So my charts will be up. I'm logged out. My accounts are safe. And remember, like we talked about yesterday, missed trades are healthy for your account. You know what I mean? I ain't forced nothing today. Everything is good. And you know, there it is. It was a great day today again on the charts. Even though I didn't make no money. If y'all made money, man, kudos to y'all. I'm glad y'all made some money today. And absolutely, we live to trade another day, right? My accounts are safe. I ain't make no money, but I ain't lose none. So when you look at that, what would you rather do? Would you rather walk away from your trading, walk away from your desk and your trading charts, and you didn't make money because you followed your rules and you did everything correct, or would you want to walk away, you didn't follow your rules and you left red? I would like to just go ahead on and, leave with my accounts intact. I didn't make any money today, but it still was a win because I exercised discipline and I followed my rules, and just that right there is a win in itself. So with that said, man, I definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in today. Please like, comment, you know what I mean? Send me some comments, subscribe so you get the notification. We back at it tomorrow. We'll see what's going to be going on these charts. Remember, keep your account safe. Don't force no trades. Stay disciplined. I want to give a shout out to everybody that tuned in with me today. I see y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I mean that wholeheartedly. The ones that know me know I mean it. Shout out to our founders, Juvier, Scalp God. And man, y'all have a great remainder of y'all day. And please, if you're logged off, don't go back in there. Just don't go back in there. Leave it alone. Don't go back in there. We live to see another day. We'll definitely trade tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, y'all have a blessed day. See y'all tomorrow.